Love it, Amy! Smashing it!
Whoa, they're cool.
Hi everybody, I hope you're well. In today's video, I'm going to be reviewing the new Q6 Flash from Neewer. This is 600 watts of power. It's a beast. So, let's crack on. Oh, also thought I'd do this video from home. Usually I do it in the garage, but I thought we'll do it out the front of the house this time. Before we get into this video, I want to say a massive thank you to Wrenbury Hall. Sadly, I don't live here. I wish I did. It's a beautiful, beautiful wedding venue in Cheshire. It's one of my favourite places to shoot. In fact, I second shot a wedding for Helen, who's filming this a couple of weeks ago. Here are some of my favourite photographs from that wedding. An amazing day, so huge thank you to Wrenbury Hall. Right, let's look at what is in this box. I'm very excited for this. Should also say that Neewer have sent me this Q6 Flash, so big thank you to them, but they haven't asked me to say anything, to do anything. So everything you see here is my honest and first time opinion. I did open this last night, but I've not used it yet. So first thing, this case is really hard shell. It's really nice. You're certainly not going to lose it. Let's see what we've got in here. I already know because I did open this, let's say, last night. In this side, we have the bulb. Put that in a second, but this is obviously the star of the show, the actual Q6 Flash itself. And I've got to say, it is very well designed. Now, to give you a little bit of context, I am a wedding photographer, and I primarily, when it comes to off-camera flash, I'm always just using speed lights. I often like using the Godox V860, which is 76 watts of power, the V100, 100 watts of power, the AD200, 200 watts of power. This is 600 watts of power. So this is 3 AD200s in one, so it's a lot of power. And because of that, obviously the light itself is a little bit bigger than we're maybe used to. Obviously this hole here is for the battery. We'll put this in, and I made sure that was on charge last night, which is why I have to open it. Let's just put the bulb in now as well. That goes on there. I say I won't be using this. I will be using a Bowen's mount for today's shoot, but let me just show you how that works. That clips on, take that off, and we'd be ready to rock. Now, I will say that the reason that I have chosen Wrenbury Hall to do this video is because I was hoping for that sky to be full of sun and really, really bright. Because why would you want 600 watts of power, especially as a wedding photographer? Well, for me, there are two key reasons. One is to overpower the sun if you want to shoot in midday. Especially if you don't have a sun. Oh, we've got a little bit of the sun, we might be able to do it. But unless you're one of the lucky people who has a Sony A9 III with its global shutter, which does not use any form of high-speed sync, then you are in need of a lot of power if you want to overpower the sun, because to overpower that sun we will have to use a very, very fast shutter speed, as we will do in this video, and we probably need to shoot at a narrower aperture than we would maybe like to in order to expose for the sun. That means that the light that you use has to do a lot of work. So having 600 watts of power will allow you to do that, as I'm hoping to demonstrate today. The other big reason that a wedding photographer may want to use a light like this with 600 watts of power, I know certainly that Helen, just grab this camera, who is filming this for me, certainly would, is to use it to light group shots. Helen is a master at lighting group shots outdoors. In fact, here's a little behind the scenes of Helen doing just that. As you can see here, on one side Helen has two AD200s, and on the other side of the group she has a Godox AD400. So 400 watts of power on either side. This will make it even easier because not only does it give you more power, but it also should mean that we get faster recycle times as well, which when you're shooting groups and you want to shoot quite quickly is a big deal. So that's the two main reasons that I know that I would like the extra power of what this light will offer me. Oh, I don't know all the technical stuff that you might be interested in about this light, the dimensions, the weight. So I'm going to pass it over to me to talk to you about the boring stuff. Here is the Q6, a little bit closer up than you've seen so far in the video. And I'm just going to show you now how to turn it on and what the menu system looks like. And over on this side, I will put some of the more
Some other technical stuff about the Q6. So to turn it on, we simply press this button here. We then spin this wheel, and here we are. So on this side here, we've got the groups, and we can go from A, B, C, D, and E. We can also change the channel here as well by just keeping our finger down, spin through the various channels there. And on this side, we've got the different modes, and we can cycle through them pressing this button. So we've got multi, TTL, and manual, and we can change the power of the manual by using the wheel. Interestingly, it goes down to 512, which is cool. If you want to use high-speed sync, it's this button here. And let me now show you the menu system, which we access by literally pressing the word menu. And then we can just cycle through the various options here. The other thing which I think is really nice on the Q6 is its modeling light, which we can access by pressing this button like this. You won't really be able to tell here, but this is very, very bright. We can also change the power of the modeling light from 1 to 10 here. Later in the video, you do see me using the modeling light to take a portrait. More of that to come. But yeah, just want to show you the Q6 a little bit closer up.
Now, one thing it's very important to say, and I must admit, I was like, oh, that's a bit of a shame when Neewer told me this. You cannot use, at the moment, Godox triggers to trigger this light. However, Neewer have told me that that is in the works, and hopefully a firmware upgrade will enable you to be able to use your existing Godox trigger with this. But what you can do in the meantime is use this light as a slave. Now that means I can't change the power remotely on my trigger of this, but I can change by just going up to it. So that is a workaround. But again, Neewer have told me that it is in the works, that they will make this compatible with a Godox trigger. So we now have the Q6 on a C stand. The reason being that Helen is filming this, so I would normally ask Helen to hold this on a boom arm, but I'm giving her the day off and she can film it instead. Want to say as well, a huge thank you to Amy over here for offering to do this. It's the first time I've met Amy, and obviously the first time I've shot her as well, so thank you so much, Amy, for doing this. Amy's Instagram is on the screen now. Go and give her a follow. Right, so we have the Q6 on a C stand. I'm going to just make sure that this is on channel A at the moment. This is the trigger that Neewer have sent me. They didn't send me the older one, they sent me the newer one. I said I'd do that at some point. So I've gone to channel 5, and this is on group A. So if I change the power here, this should mirror, if you can just film there, Helen, with what is happening on there. You might be able to see. No, but it's going to 16th, and I've now put it down to 164 power. We'll just test that. At the moment, I don't have a modifier on here. Now, this does have a built-in Bones mount, so I will be using the MagMod XL on the Q6 when we actually start shooting, but for now I want to just use what is in the box that Neewer have sent me. At the moment it is, in the UK, we're recording this at the end of July, and it is 1:30 in the afternoon, so we're in the middle of the day. Again, because I thought we'd have horrible, horrible, harsh sun. We don't, but never mind. Okay, Amy, if I could ask you to stand over here, please. What I'm going to do first of all is go into high-speed sync, because I'm going to try and really underexpose that sky. So I'm going to go really fast, my shutter speed. I'm at 8 thousandths of a second. ISO 100 at f3.5. Before I even take a shot of Amy, let me just take a shot of the sky. Yeah, we've got a very dark, moody sky. I'll take a shot of Amy now without the speed light being on, with those exact same settings. Just hold it there for me, Amy. Yeah, and as I would predict, it looks pretty terrible. Not Amy's fault, there's no flash. So let's just turn on the Q6. I'm just going to start off on 132 power. Perfect, so you can see already that even at 132 power, the speed light is having a big effect. Not the speed light, sorry, the strobe. The Q6 Flash is having a big effect. That's only at 132. So let's turn it up. Let's go to 1/8 power. Perfect, 3, 2, 1. Nice, and now we've got a shot that looks like it was taken at night time. So just for the sake of argument, I want to go to full power, but to do that, I think I probably even need to go even narrower with my aperture. So I'm going to go to f6.3. Let's just take a shot here. Yeah, even that works at 1/8 power, but if you've got 600 watts of power, let's do it. So Amy, don't look at the flash. Hey, you want us to be looking down towards your right hand, please, Amy. Fun fact, everyone, this is literally the first time I've ever used a 600 watt strobe, so I've never shot with this much flash power before. Gorgeous, Amy. Nice. Just bear in mind that we are at 1:30 in the afternoon, and even without the Sony A9 III, we're able to completely transform this environment because we've got the flash power. We'll actually try and take some shots now that look half decent. I'm moving the speed light a little bit further away now as well because this, I keep on saying speed light, apologies. I'm not used to using big strobes like this. I'm just going a little bit further back just so that I can fill the frame more with the sky and get the bottom of the dress in this time. We were on full power. Just going to go to a 16th and I'm going to try and shoot on a wider aperture. Should have said, sorry, I am on my Viltrox 85mm f1.4 lens at the moment. If you want to see a review of this lens, then here is the video that I recently made for it. I think it's a beautiful lens, and now this is my 85mm lens now. I love it. Amy, can I actually just put your hand just like that's it, yeah, looking back toward, not at the light, but beyond that direction for me. Nice. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, that's really nice. Again, just for demonstration purposes, I'm going to turn the flash off. So that's without, and this is with. And that is only on 1/8 power. So let's just turn that up again to, I'm going to go to a 1/4 power. I'm going to go from F2 to F4. Then I'm going to try and make that sky dramatic. That's nice. Okay, we don't quite have enough flash power now. We're on a 1/4 power, so I'm going to turn the speed light up now, not speed light, to full power. Again, this is really difficult conditions for off-camera flash because it's the middle of the day. I'm in high-speed sync. I'm at 8 thousandths of a second. I'm at f4 and ISO 100. So without power, you wouldn't be able to do this. But obviously, we do have the power, as He-Man would say. 3, 2, 1. Nice. I'm just going to go landscape. I'm going to go a bit further back. Just going to try and make sure that I'm including everything in. Now we've got the light stand in, but I'll get rid of that afterwards in Photoshop. Yeah, really good. I'm going to keep Amy exactly where she is. Move the light further back so that it's not in the frame at all. Oh, we've got a little bit of blue. You never know. You never know. Right, it's got to do exactly the same, but don't need Photoshop for these ones. Perfect. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, that's good. Thank you, Amy. What we'll just do now, we'll pop on a MagMod XL with the MagSphere XL. So we're going to take off the Neewer attachment, the modifier there, and pop this on. Now the MagSphere will take some of the power off, but at the same time it will soften the edges, it will just take the sting out of the flash. There we go. Again, it's really important to stress, I'm just trying to demonstrate here what you can do with 600 watts of power. Not trying to get the best shots in the world, just showing you how we can overpower midday sky. Even though we don't say sky, we don't have the sun yet, but we're really pushing the limits of the flash here because we're at full power. This time, can I ask you, with your right hand, are you able just to pick up the dress light? Sorry, with your other hand, yeah. They're just looking down there. That's gorgeous, yes, yes. And this time, actually, just to be looking up towards the light, but I close your eyes. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, cool. I also really like it, and this is what we call a happy accident, how we've got this light beam coming down because the flash was just outside of the frame, so you get that nice flare. Again, this is 1:30 in the afternoon, in the middle of July in the UK, so the sun is at its highest. Strictly speaking, this is as hard as it can be to shoot in. Admittedly, we don't have direct sun, I wish we did, but you can hopefully see here that we can overpower bright conditions because we've got 600 watts of power. Having 600 just gives you that extra bit of ability to close down your aperture, to make it go narrower, which will obviously affect the ambient, to shoot in high-speed sync at 8 thousandths of a second. What I'm now going to do is make a shot that's a bit more, well, it's just better basically. I'm going to use Wrenbury Hall itself as the backdrop for the next shots. It's a beautiful building, I absolutely love it, but what I want to do here is underexpose this whole scene, being in high-speed sync again, to make that sky look really, really moody. And again, we're going to use the Q6 to light Amy with a lot of power, because we're going to need that power when we underexpose this. Again, we're in the middle of the day. Let's do it. Whilst we're setting up this shot, Helen's going in to get a veil. Thank you, Helen. I'm just going to get my layer 1 fixed in. So if you are new to off-camera flash, then I'd recommend one of two things. One is to watch this video, because in this video I talk you through my exact process that I feel makes off-camera flash very, very easy to understand. That's where I'm getting the layer 1 phrase from. It's what I always refer to, the base layer, the ambient light. The other option you've got is to join Flashmasters completely for free, because if you do that with your free profile, not only can you make your own profile page, but you can also watch my entire hour and 15 long introduction to off-camera flash tutorial. So yeah, completely for free. So what I'm doing here is basically getting in what I call my layer 1. So I'm just going to make sure that I'm right in the middle of the building. Obviously a shot like this is all about the symmetry, and I want to underexpose that sky. So we are currently at 8,000. I'm going to go to f3.5. Yeah, so we've got all that detail in the sky. But to get that detail, we are having to obviously go into high-speed sync, 8,000ths of a second, f3.5, ISO 100. So again, in normal circumstances, that would mean that you couldn't really use off-camera flash effectively because we wouldn't have the power. But having the 600 watts of the Q6 changes that. Okay, so we now are ready. Amy is right in the middle of Wrenbury Hall. She's got a really nice veil now to hold. You'll see as well, rather than using a C-stand, Helen now has the Q6 on a quick stick, basically a big pole. And what we're going to do is going to take 2 shots. One, Helen will be in, holding the quick stick, and then the next, she will leave the scene, I'll take another shot, and then we'll blend them both together. And hopefully we get something really cool. But again, this is all about trying to really make the sky look moody, big. So Amy's going to be quite small in the frame. We'll just take another quick test shot. Yeah. At the moment, again, that's on full power now. I don't need full power because it's going to be physically closer to Amy. So I'm going to go down to 1/4 power. Yeah, that was good. Helen, I'm going to ask you to light Amy from the other side if you can, please. So Amy, if you could, again, with your body, be slightly more facing that way and then looking back to what that's it. Yes, yes. That's really nice. Just looking towards Helen, Amy, if that's right, or towards the veil, towards your hand. Nice. Right, I am staying perfectly still throughout all these. Beautiful. And just wafting that veil again if you can. Looking towards your hand as you do that. That's a really nice one. 3, 2, 1. Good. Okay, Helen, you can leave. Perfect. Okay, so we've then got what we would call our plate shot. I can now blend those images together. We'll say there's things that I would do in this video that are slightly different to what I'm actually doing. The reason being, obviously, I'm trying to show you what you can do with the extremes of the flash power of having this 600 watts. But what I would want to do if I was shooting this situation, I think usually would be to include a lot more of the grass in the exposure. Now, I still want, for the composition's sake, Amy to be right in the middle. Everything will be the same, but rather than the sky, I actually much prefer foreground and the floor, basically. So I'm going to go slower with my shutter speed, 2,000ths of a second, yeah. And then put my camera literally on the grass. 3, 2, 1, gorgeous, nice. Okay, Helen, this is the shot without Helen in. Perfect. Just before we finish, Helen's had a cool idea, which is for Amy to be running towards Wrenbury Hall. I'm going to shoot from behind, and Helen's going to try and run alongside Amy with the Q6, and obviously we'll be lighting her as she's running towards the hall, or slowly cantering, shall we say then, rather than a full-on gallop. So to do this, I'm going to go to 4,000 with my shutter speed, f3.2, ISO 100. Helen might have already said this. If you can hold your dress either side, yeah, and it's not a race, so I would say like, yeah, a nice gentle canter. Okay, yeah, and just feel free, Amy, just to swing the dress around. Yeah, make it look big. Make the dress dance. Okay, let's go. Cool. Actually, that was brilliant. Thank you. I think we do it the other way, yeah. So, Amy, we're going to go the other way now. Bet you please you signed up for this now. We're going to run towards me, and then what you were just doing, swirling and throwing it, looks cool. Yeah. You got it in you, Helen? Go! Love it, Amy! Smashing it! Yeah, they're cool. They're really good. Yeah, I think a little bit closer to me doing the swirly stuff would be amazing now. I'm just going to open up my aperture a little bit for these because I love what we've just got, but maybe Amy was a little bit underexposed. But I can bring her up, as you will have seen in the final edits. I brought her up easily in Lightroom, but I'm just going to open up my aperture to 2.5. Now that will obviously have an effect on the ambient on our layer 1. So to compensate, I'm going to go to, let's go to 8,000 with our shutter. At the moment, I'm on 8,000, ISO 100 and 2.5. And you'll notice that we don't have the Mag Sphere at the moment, just to get that little bit more power out. But we do have the MagMod XL on. So just a little test shot first of all. Don't drop it. It's worth more than you right now, Helen. Yeah, I think we're bob on actually. Okay, perfect. So you're gonna swing that dress, Amy. That's it, looking towards that light. Good. Really nice. Keep on swinging it. The more swinging, the better. Yes! Gorgeous. Tell you what, that light is keeping up well. Smash it, and then the last one, for real, we're gonna do the exact same, but I'm in portrait. I'm a cool kid now. I'm on TikTok if you want to follow me on there. Don't laugh, Amy. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go! Yes! Love it! Perfect. Thank you, Helen. That was a good suggestion. That was Helen's idea. I'm just interrupting this video because we just finished filming. I walked back into Wrenbury Hall, say it's such a beautiful place, and I saw these lamps here, and I thought, oh, we can do something very, very cool with those. And one of the features of the Q6 that I've not been able to demonstrate, because obviously in this video we've been outside the whole time, is its modeling light, and it's quite a powerful modeling light. So that will actually work really well here. It's not really designed to be used for this purpose, but why not when you've got the tools to do so? So I'm going to just get an exposure of these lamps. Again, that will be my layer 1 of the lamps. Doesn't matter what my shutter speed is here, because we're not using off-camera flash. We're just going to use the modeling light of the Q6. So I'm going to go to something like 400 f1.4 on my Viltrox 85mm lens still. f1.4, ISO 100, and then I'm going to put my shutter speed around 500th of a second, which when I expose for the lamps gives me this, which I really, really like. We could maybe get away with this in natural light. It's not the worst shot in the world, but I would end up needing to bring Amy up in post if we were to do that. So I thought, let's just use the modeling light. So we've got Helen here, no shoes on, very good.
Thank you.
If you can just demonstrate here, if we just press that button there, yeah, there's the modeling light, and you can turn that up and down using this wheel. So it's basically like having a big, powerful video light in your pocket, well not in your pocket, but like in your bag when you didn't expect to. So you can see the beautiful effect that that has. We've put the Mag Sphere back on because that's just going to take the edge off the light that's coming out of here. It's going to soften the light. When I say soften the light, that means that the graduation between light and the shadow will be nice and smooth on Amy for these shots. And I'm going to go back here. With the veil as well, Amy, can you use with your right arm this time, just wrap that round you. So it's like almost like you're wearing like a coat, so you can have both arms like holding it like this. Yeah, that's nice, yeah. If I can just drape it over your shoulders slightly. That's it, now just looking that way. And then just lifting your arm so you're holding it like, say like, that's it. That's it, yes, beautiful. And out of interest, what's the white balance? Can we ever just turn that down? You can change the white balance of the modeling light. Yeah, and we're going to go up, yes please, because we're going to contrast the warmth of the lamps. That's it. Yeah, perfect. Really nice. Beautiful. And again, swaying your hips and just laughing away. Looking at Helen, yes.
Yeah, baby girl.
What was that? Perfect, thank you, Amy. Oh, let's go. Actually, whilst we're here. Oh, that's gorgeous there. We're just going to use that even closer if you can, Helen.
Yeah.
That's nice. Beautiful. Looking towards that light again, Amy. Beautiful. Perfect, got it. Thank you very much. So again, that wasn't really supposed to be part of the video, but I just thought I'd show you something that really, really appealed to me when we came inside. I thought, oh, actually, we just need a little bit of light on Amy. A flash would be too strong in that situation, but by just using a little video light or modeling light, we could just make it work. Oh, I love what we've just got. So again, here are my favorite photographs from today's shoot. Massive thank you again to Neewer for sending me the Q6. I've really enjoyed using it. And if you want more power and you want to be able to overpower bright ambient light, then it's a great, great choice. Huge thank you to Helen and obviously to Amy for modeling. She's been amazing. So yeah, any questions at all, please let me know in the comments. Thank you very much again for watching, and I'll see you next time.
Baby girl. Oh my god. It's bloody Darcy, isn't it?